Hey, Warsmith Garrett here, back at it again for another mini painting tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about heat burn on barrels and glowing hot barrels. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, we're going to do... gotta find my camera angle. We're going to do heat burn on these two Gatling barrels. Goes to a Tarox Prime, I think? Yeah, that's the one with the big honking gun thing attached to the turret. I think I'm probably going to end up putting that on either a Cargo 8 or a Taurus Venator. Either way, we're going to get into it. I'm using a relatively small brush. Here's the one. And I'm going to... So, what I've already done, I base coated it in the Iron Warrior. I went over it. Okay, let's show the paints. Base coated it in Citadel Iron Warriors. Highlighted it in, well, shaded it in everybody's favorite Agrax Earthshade, and then highlighted it in Stormhost Silver. And then, first things first, we're gonna do Nuln Oil. We're gonna start at, we're gonna take a page out of Garantham's book. We're gonna go tip to butt. So we're gonna start at the muzzles, and basically, so. Alright, let me put my headset on. Alright. Now, we're going to go to the other end of it. We're going to go with Seraphim Sepia. We're going to go about, I'm going to call it about midway back. And I'd say about 3/4 to the back of the heat shroud. It's kind of where we're going to begin with this. Now I use it straight out of the pot because this is just a shader. For heavier textures, I will use the wet palette, but considering this is just a shading tutorial, we should be okay with this. Nobody tell Duncan Rhodes. Okay. All right. So you see how we got the dark in the on the muzzle, and then we got the gold rings from the Seraphim Sepia. Next, we're gonna go with Drakenhof Nightshade, and mine looks really bad. I'm probably due for another pot of this sometime soon. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna go. We're going to kind of bring it in right behind the ring for the Nuln Oil. And it's okay if it blends over that line a little bit. And I put too much on there, so what do? Spread it out. Yeah, that's good. So now you see how you have a dark blue ring behind the, yeah, a dark blue ring behind the black. Okay, put that down. We're going to come back into it with the Nuln Oil. Yet again. Just darken the front of this down. A little more, a little more, a little more. Okay, too much there. Okay. I'm going to put that barrel down. That way it wants to dry that way. Now, we're coming in with the Carroburg Crimson. And this is going to go between that blue ring and the gold ring. Okay. This is not wanting to go on. That is a loose hair on my... There's my better tweezers. Oh well. Alright. Might have to use 2 coats of the Carroburg. It's not really that heavy. I just realized you guys can't see what I'm doing. Okay. That's better. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to come back with the Carroburg. A little bit. Just a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so just give the Carroburg 2 rounds. Let it do its thing. Yeah, and there you have it. That looks like a pretty heat-scorched pair of Gatling barrels. All right. Now, I'll set that aside. Over here. You know what? Here, I'll leave it in the shot. That way you guys can see it and admire. Or hate it. I don't know. Up to you. Now, I'm going to try to make this. This is going to go on this Kazarkin, and it's going to basically try to make it look like the heavy from, or like the juggernauts from OG Modern Warfare 2. Like, those dudes were scary. Alright. So, first thing I'm going to do, I need to let you guys see the product, corn red. That's where we're starting. So we're going to put it past this second little ring here, but just barely. Okay. We're coming in with light strokes. Now I'm using an airbrush paint. If I was using a one of these guys, I'm going to use the wet palettes for them. Okay. The airbrush paints come pre-thinned, so they're not too hateful. They're a little more forgiving when you fuck up, and I do mean when. Because I mean, you just saw it. I fuck up a lot. Okay. And we're just kind of doing these right here a little bit. So the next one we're going to go with is Mephiston Red, also an airbrush paint. So this blend in Mephiston Red here, because you get more of it and it comes pre-thinned, so because it's supposed to go through an airbrush. Clean that up a little bit there. Yeah, that's better. Okay. 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 There's the Mephiston out of the way. And the next one is going to be Evil Sun's Scarlet. Also an air paint, so I don't have to use the palette. The wet palette. I don't have to. I could if I wanted to, but I don't have to. Because it comes pre-thinned. Very handy. I highly recommend that. I'm going to put it right up to this ring here. Because on machine guns, the muzzle gets hotter faster. Okay. do another couple of quick dabs. Oh, missed a spot there. Yeah. Spot there. Cool. Cool. All right. That's it for the Evil Sons. Now then, going to Troll Slayer Orange. I'm going to put that in this little gap here between these two rings. And for that, I'm going to have to go with a smaller brush. Again, this is a airbrush paint, so it comes pre-thinned. I need to pull some of that off there. Yeah. There's no point, or there's no shame in coming back and giving it a second coat just to really build that up there. That's got to reduce that down a little bit. Okay. Noticed some of my corn red is not the greatest. In the back here? Yeah. Didn't really need to be perfect though. Right. Oh. It's uneven though. That's a problem. That's better. Yes. Alright. Back to the orange. Now we're going to go in front of that ring. Actually, you know what? Now we're going to start on the yellows. And this, so it's Glowing Inferno by War Painter, or Army Painter. Yeah. And this one, I actually use the wet palette. So, put a little drop of that in there, get some water, thin this down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now we're gonna go with we're gonna do this on the muzzles. Gotta clean that up a little bit, but yeah, right now we're just trying to get the outside of the muzzles. It's okay if you gotta make a couple of thin coats, as Duncan Rhodes always says. I mean, he is the master, so. Yep. A little mistake there. Now we can't fix a little unloaded brush. Now then, we're going to take some radiation glow and add that to the orange part. Thin it down just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Now we need to gotta retip the brush. That's better. Alright. Okay. Lost the tip. Okay. It's better. Yeah. And if your tip gets dull, there's no shame in unloading the brush, resharpening the tip. You want that nice fine point on it. And then come back in. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to paint these muzzles that were already in yellow. Now we're going to paint them in radiation glow orange. Gotta get that out of there. So we don't actually, now that I think about it. Alright, we're going to go Flash Gets yellow. And this is a layer paint, so I'm going to use a thicker brush to take it out of the pot, put it on the palette. It's not as thick as like a base, but it's still a little bit thick, so beware of the fact that it is thick. It's thick. Alright. Nope, wrong one. There's the good one. Alright. This is going to go down in all 6 of these muzzles. Oh, lost my tip. There we go. Okay. Okay. Do the whole muzzle in this yellow here. That way. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Put the radiation glow over top of the yellow. Just want to make sure the actual inside of the barrels maintains that flash gets yellow. See, the radiation glow got down there in the inside the actual barrel, and that's no good. We want it outside. I want the external outside of the barrel to look like it's glowing. Gonna have to pause here just a sec. Let my dog out. I'll be right back. I gotta let my dog out. Sorry for shattering the illusion that this is some kind of pro quality studio. No, I'm just a guy. I mean, you guys can probably hear my dryer going in the background. And I'm just a guy with bills to pay, so I don't have money for like a pro quality studio like El Miniaturista has or anything. I mean, if any of you want to donate to my Patreon, it certainly helped to, you know, okay. We're going to back to Iron Warrior. I'm going to put some on here. We'll put it in this little area here. Water down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come from the back. Just going to put that on there. Put that on there. And we're going to take another brush. Make sure it's... This one would have been bad, because it's still loaded up with paint. Okay. This one will do. And just kind of... Yeah, there we go. We're going from the muzzle towards the back of the gun to kind of wipe some of that Iron Warrior off of there. So we want to blend that in with the corn red there. Alright, and then we're going to finish that off with some Nuln Oil in here. We're just going between the barrels with this. Oh no, I'd say that's pretty alright. Yeah. I'm pretty good with that. Let's maybe put a little bit of Nuln Oil in between the barrels at the muzzle. Oh no. I think we are cooking with gas here, folks. Thank you, Cat, for adding background noise. Yep. Oh, that looks pretty good. Maybe add another layer of Nuln Oil towards the back, but I don't know. I think we got something here. pretty satisfied with that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Alright. Yeah, alright. So here's the other Gatling barrels now that they're dry. Maybe hit that with another layer of Caribou Crimson. Yeah. Give that another shot of Caribou Crimson there. Okay. Hit it with the Nuln Oil at the muzzle. I think I'm going to extend the yellow back a little bit. And see if I can't blend it to the Caribou. Yeah. Oh, that's looking nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is again Seraphim Sepia. Yeah. Oh, that's looking gorgeous. And then right up in the front, another layer of Drakenhof Nightshade. Yeah. Oh, that looks gorgeous. We did it, people. That's perfect. And then yeah, that looks great. You know what? I'm gonna put it on him, see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah. That looks fantastic. I think I'm gonna glue it. I am going to glue it. I'm that confident in it. Dab glue on. So I used a little bit of green stuff to extend his shoulders out, just because the Khazarkan squad with the... So this gun comes from the Euclidean Starstriders kill team, or Eleucidian, whatever, Euclidean. The non-Utonian Starstriders, whichever. It's the kill team. They have real fancy uniforms. So this doesn't exactly fit in the hands of a Khazarkan. So I had to do some jerry rigging and kit bashing, but I think this looks pretty good. Yeah. Oh, forgot to do that. Okay. Go. Data system glow. And I'm just doing this on the lines on his backpack. This little car battery thing there. Those dudes are really emphasis on the heavy. Yeah, I put yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna put on his face, but like I think that looks pretty baller, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I gotta paint something on his face, but all right. Anyway, have a good one.